for the solar umbrellas at the
Where are
hub.
the solar umbrellas? Where are the solar umbrellas?
At the hub.
At the hub.
Thank you. Can you say that one more time?
Oh, no.
I can make the
Senator Cole, come on, you can do it.
Okay, so, yeah.
It's already left up.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, just keep kidding.
Yeah, it's the allocated, that's what we, just the, it's the asking amount, it's the allocated
So I
amount.
moved to approve the solar umbrellas at the hub for 14,294 grams.
Perfect, thank you so much. Is there a second?
second.
Seconded by President Pro Tem Lee. We'll move this into a vote because it has to do with finances. Are there any questions or discussions at this time?
Is it being edited right now? Or like?
It's already edited. It's edited on the minutes and ours,
Okay.
but
Okay.
yeah.
Just making sure.
Okay. We'll move this into a vote. All in favor? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All opposed? Any abstain? With a vote of 10-0-1, motion passes. Congratulations. I'm excited to see them. Awesome.
Thank you.
Moving on to the next item on the agenda, which is public forum. At this time, if you would like anything to share with the Senate, please, you have the floor.
Hi everyone, my name is Brendan O'Brien. I'm the director of the Hub, and I just started here. For those of you who don't know me, I just started here in November. I'm from New York. I originally worked with the State University of New York at New Paltz as the events coordinator for the student union building there for 10 years. So I'm very happy to be here. And I was going to talk about the finals hours week, but I figured given the recent report you just had and the vote you just took, I wanted to talk a little bit about the GCAP umbrellas. We are fully supportive of that. They came to me to have that discussion. It sounds like a great idea. I can tell you that prior to my arrival, the Hub did purchase 5 additional solar tables, so they will be getting placed soon. However, it's a very complicated process involving multiple offices on campus. So when I saw the proposal for the umbrellas, I was very excited. So if this is something that works out well, that you are all in agreement with, it might be something that the Hub will look into purchasing as well, as it is difficult to maintain the solar tables given that the company that we work with is all the way out on the East Coast. So I'm excited to potentially work on this umbrella project more, so I figured I'd say that as well. So last week I got the opportunity to meet with Annette and Vice Chancellor Sandoval, members from dining and members from the library to talk about finals week and expanded hours. Last quarter we actually for the first time took actual numbers of the amount of people that were in our building, and so that was helpful for us to gauge the number of people that were in our building, the most popular times, and so forth. So what I can tell you is that we're actually going to open up the Hub earlier than we have in the past and be open the weekend before finals. So on Friday, March 17th, we're going to have study rooms available 7:30 a.m. to midnight. On Saturday, March 18th, we go 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. On Sunday, we go 12 p.m. to 12 a.m. And then Monday, March 20th through Thursday, March 23rd, we go 7:30 in the morning to 12 a.m. with family-friendly study rooms into 60 the entire week. And then Friday, we go 7:30 a.m. to 10 p.m. So we are expanding our hours. I also wanted to share with you that the Hub Governing Board approved a Feed Your Brain program. I don't know if you're familiar with that. They have it in the residence halls. It's snacks, it's coffee, it's fun times, it's great. We're going to bring that over to the Hub. So it will be available in Hub 355, 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. on Saturday and Sunday, and Hub 302, 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. Monday through Thursday. So this is the flyer that I'm currently working on with dining. So when it's finalized and approved, after heat, we're going to load up all the advertising for this. Looking forward to that. I think, speaking of heat, it's happening Saturday. Please come out. It's going to be a good time. Advertising is out. Ticket sales are available for those who are not students. But if you are a student, you need to bring your art card with you. Otherwise, you will not get in. So please make sure that you do that. In general, I'm more than happy to come to any meetings you'd like me to come to. My office is in room 355. You're more than welcome to stop by or make an appointment. And while I'm here, I don't know if there's any questions, concerns that people have about. Yes?
I have a question about heat.
Yes.
Is there a time that students will not be allowed in, like if they come like too late or?
Well, at this point, I have to double check the website if we officially advertise that, but we'll do our best to get people in as close as possible. Usually 15 minutes into the final performer is the general cutoff for folks, because by that time we've been open with the gates for about 4 hours. So if you haven't made it already, but I will recommend that you get there early. That way you can guarantee your spot because it usually does sell out.
lot of students know where to study. So opening up the hub is really beneficial on our end. We will also help you all publicize as well to ensure that students are utilizing this opportunity. So thank you so much.
Oh, no,
No, you're raising like, all
I
right.
was just gonna say welcome to the best coast.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Senator Cole?
Actually,
Yeah.
that brings up an interesting question. How are you planning to market market it among students that they're opening up these?
Studies?
Yeah.
Well, we started doing, it's very simple things that we started doing. We started just posting within the building, just signage up that says, hey, we've been doing this for years, but there really wasn't much outreach. So we were trying to get the word out about 2 to 3 weeks before this actually starts. You'll see signs pop up upstairs in the conference room areas, downstairs by our information desk. Additionally, we'll be using our social media channels. Dining's going to help us get the word out to the residential halls as well, so we're going to merge with their advertising, and then me being here is another form of advertising to all of you to let you know and help me get the word out. So I'm more than happy to send advertising your way. But does that answer the question?
In addition to that, I am working with Josh to promote more of the study rooms and it will be possibly updated next week. So just keep an eye open for that.
Y'all should make flyers and give them out at Key.
That's a good point.
I know students will be like, but at least they'll have something.
Like I'm at a concert, leave me alone. Let's certainly do it.
I know.
That's all right. It's all right.
I agree. Thank you so much. Are there any other questions? If not, thank you for coming in
No problem.
today.
Thank you for having me.
Have a great night.
You too.
Thank you, Senator Menace. Any other members for public forum?
Hi, Caitlin from Chapter. So I want to give you guys an update on how our pledge drive went. We got 925 pledges in 2 weeks, with 374 volunteer hours. It's very exciting. What's really great is we're going to be able to use that direct student pressure this coming weekend. We go to Sacramento and meet with our members of the Assembly and Senate. We're meeting with Kevin DeLeon, the Speaker Pro Tem, and the issues that we're going to be addressing are banning fracking in California, the fact that middle, elementary, and high schools do not test drinking water for lead, and when they do, they don't have to report it. Just released a report on that. It's pretty horrifying. So we're going to be pushing for lead testing in grade schools and the disclosure of the reports. Our 100% renewables campaign is very exciting, especially since Kevin DeLeon just put a bill to make California 100% renewable by 2050, and that fits in with our campaign to get the UCs to go 100% renewable. And we are also going to be thanking members of the Assembly and Senate that were really helpful during our voter registration drive, and continuing to make sure that voter registration is really easy and accessible for students. So those 925 pledges are going to result in direct pressure on the Assembly from students. So I want to thank everybody here that pledged or told their friends or liked a post on Facebook about it. It was all really helpful. And thank you guys so much.
Thank you. Are there any other questions? Congratulations. That's a lot of hours and
Yeah, it was great. Thank you. All right, thank you all so much.
Of course, have a great night.
You too.
Oh, were there any questions?
Oh.
No. Okay, still here. The minutes are going around. Please do look over them and sign them. We just got them back with no signatures, so we'll pass it back this way. So please do sign them, and then we'll pass it around this way. Moving on to the next item of the agenda, which is committee reports. We will begin with the Legislative Review Committee, and we will begin with Senate Resolution 2017-012, resolution in support of university membership in the Institute of International Education, Syria Consortium for Higher Education in Crisis and support for displaced students, including Syrians. That's so helpful.
Actually, I moved to,
Oh.
I moved to amend the agenda.
Yes, you moved to agenda. Sorry, amend the agenda.
Well, I moved the amend the agenda by removing Senate Resolution 2017-012.
Should have said that before I
Well,
started.
yeah.
title. Is there a second?
It's like,
Seconded by Senator Cole. Are there any questions? So it was tabled in RC.
Yeah, it was, actually never went to committee because of the last minute, because it's not discussed in committee.
Okay,
So just did.
got it. Perfect. We'll move this, well, if there are no objections, we will proceed then. So moving on to the next one. Before we move on to the next one, I just want to remind you all, so it's, oh, was there a second goal? Just a reminder, you all are required to do 2 legislation, pieces of legislation, whether it's a resolution or a bill, by the end of the school year. You have to at least do 1 before the end of winter quarter. If you have not done so yet, you have numerous opportunities. You have President Pro Tem Lee, you have Senator Ira, you also have Raquel Parliamentarian Matamoros, I'm so sorry, Raquel here, and you have a lot of endless opportunities that can assist you all. Please don't hesitate to contact them. Executive Director Sinclair also has different constitutional changes that maybe you all want to touch upon. That's also something that you all can do. So in the bylaws, it says that it can only have 2 authors. That means it can only have 2 authors in general, regardless of primary or secondary. You can only have 2 in order for it to count towards your amount of legislation that you have done. So it says there may be no more than 2 authors per piece of legislation. Legislation shall include new items and or updates to previous bylaws. So please ensure that when you're doing it, that you're not doing it more than 2 authors or 2 members at a time. Make sense? Perfect. We'll move on to Senate Bill number 30, General Amendments to Chapter 10, 5, 8, 17. Is that 17?
It's just
Yes.
Yeah.
I will do my time to Nick.
Hello. So with this Senate bill, with the Senate bill, I'm not changing the bylaws, but it is more consistent with the rest of the bylaws. In addition, editing and broadening the parliamentarian position so that everyone is aware that the parliamentarian is available for help. But before I get started, I do want to amend section 4, subsection E by capitalizing cabinet.
Yes, so a motion on the table is, if you go down, it says executive cabinet, however, C is not capitalized, so the amendment is to capitalize it.
And then subsection E,
Yeah,
replacing taken to cast.
perfect. So we're changing the word taken to casted. Is there a second?
It's probably cast.
Or cast.
Cast.
Did?
Cast. It's not cast.
Or cast.
It's cast.
it's cast.
Okay, sure.
Cast.
Not even motion rules. Cast.
Because
Did. Just kidding. Cast. Sounds nicer when you
years
say
from now,
cast.
someone will be like, wow, they should have had that cast. Unless you want to create work for new bylaw changes next
Just
year.
kidding. Cast. You can do that next quarter and then take out the ED. Just kidding.
Cast.
Okay, so there's a motion on the floor to change executive cabinet to capitalize cabinet, as well as take out the word taken to cast. Is there a second?
I second.
Seconded by Senator Ira. Are there any questions or debate? If not, if there are no objections, we will proceed.
Should I read every?
You don't have to. Yeah, so you don't have to.
Okay, so
Oh,
okay, so then I move to amend Senate Bill W-17-0.
approved.
Approve Senate Bill W-17-0.
Thank you. There's a motion on the table to approve the changes made to Senate Bill W-17-030. Is there a second?
I second.
Seconded by President Pro Tem Lee. Are there any questions? Discussion? If not, we'll move this into a vote. All in favor? All opposed? Any abstained? The vote 11-0-0. Motion passes. Moving on to the next item, which is Finance Committee. We will be discussing Finance Report for February 24th, 2017. The opening organizational contingency is $11,537, and the closing is $6,140, which means that the total organizational allocations was $5,397. As well as for ASUCR contingency, the opening balance was $44,041. The closing was $42,091, which means that there was an allocation of $19.50 to our undergraduate sustainability director. Are there any questions? If not, we will move this into a vote. Can someone please make a motion?
I move to approve this, budget, I guess, or no,
Finance Committee,
finance committee reports.
thank you. Is there a second? Seconded by Senator
But,
We'll move this into a vote because it has to do with finances. All in favor? All opposed? Any abstain? With a vote of 11-0-0, motion passes. Moving on to the next. Yes.
I have a question.
Yeah, of course.
Are we recording, like, Senator votes?
Yes, we are.
Okay, because I spoke with Ames just to, like, coordinate, getting those to her, so I can actually.
Awesome. Yeah. Yeah. Raquel will be able to. We have all. Yes, Senator Cole?
I'll just, kind of semantics question. When we, talk about resolutions, why do we say, like the SRW part? Like, can we just say, like, the Senate resolution is?
I'm
Just
sorry.
so we don't refer to them specifically by their number, and.
Well, the reason as to why President Pro Tem Corley actually made these changes in order to make it more organized, because before we actually didn't have any of the Senate resolutions, Senate bill, the different numbers. W17 corresponds to winter of
Yeah.
2017. 1230 corresponds to the amount that we've done, and I think it's just a formalized way of being organized with all the legislations, resolutions, bills that we've done in the past, historical, just to keep it as historical documents. Does that make sense? Is that what you're asking for?
It makes sense. Yeah, it makes sense.
Well, if you want to say the whole resolution name, by all means, not to, because just let's say if Wayne doesn't want to read the whole gigantic name, he just simply read, well, this is Senate legislation number, it's so much easier.
Can I just say Senate resolution 30?
Yeah, you can just say that. The reason why I do is for the members of the galley, just in case they don't have the agenda, that they are aware of what we're talking about if they also cannot see the screen. So it just makes it easier. And for minutes purposes, just in case someone does refer back and has no clue what we're talking about, that at least they know that it's a Senate bill or a Senate resolution, and they can refer to how many we've done, so they can know how many we've done prior to it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, don't we also provide, agendas to the audience?
Yes, we do. Just in case someone didn't come and grab one, came in late, etc.
Yeah, also, the numbering is just for archive purposes.
Archive, that's the word.
Just read it.
Okay, moving on to the next item, which is Senator reports. Today is the first. Happy March, everyone. February definitely went by extremely quickly. So we will begin with Senator Cole.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Okay.
Is it on?
It is on.
Say it again.
Hello.
You're very loud. We can hear you.
For sure. Tomorrow we actually have an event called the Fireside Chats. I've spoken with Bill about it various times. I've also worked with a lot of the Senate interns on this project. Basically what it is an opportunity for us as UCR officials, or ASUCR officials, to kind of connect with the public and kind of talk to them about what we're working on as well as what our committees are. So I feel like our committees are kind of a bulk of the work and responsibilities that we hold here in this office. And they hold a lot of resources that are kind of not understood by the general public. So the reason why we planned this event was so that more people kind of communicate with these committees within ASUCR, kind of learn more about like, what they do. Really limited when you come out tomorrow. It's 12 to 2. It's going to be in the hub, kind of where the debates were held early in the quarter. We definitely want as much Senate representation there as possible, as well as executive cabinet. You know, this is an effort to kind of show the community that we actually are outreaching to them. You know, if we're supposed to be the bridge, we're supposed to actually be present. So please show up. Really appreciate it. It's going to be from 12 to 2. In addition to that, I'm working with Calberg on 100% renewable resolution. Hopefully that's going to LIC by tomorrow. Also working with the UCR Teamsters. Resolution is also going in tomorrow. If anyone has any questions on anything I'm working on or would like to help in any way, really appreciate it. I think tomorrow's event will be kind of really important as far as, you know, where ASUCR is going as an organization. At the beginning of the quarter I said, you know, it's really important for us to be out there within the community. If we are, we'll be represented tomorrow. But thank you very much. That's all I say.
Thank you so much. Are there any questions? on to our next senator, which is Senator Nkosi, and I know she sent in. So her report is our closet had a meeting and we went over the different goals. More updates on our year will be our closet will to come. They are going to be opening it up during spring quarter, and they still need to organize the closet, hang up the rest of the clothes. Again, thank you GCAP committee for the racks. As for Underrun, we have created a timeline to-do list for the Underrun. If you want to help, please come to our meetings every Tuesday from 12:40 to 1:30 p.m. in the ASUCR conference room. By mid-April, we will be extending the Underrun not only to organizations on campus to host games, to organizations on campus to host games. So, if you think a club or organization would want to host a game, we will keep you updated. So the meetings are, again, Tuesdays, 12:40 to 1:30. The Underrun is something that ASUCR does as an event in order to promote women empowerment, body image, etc. So if you are interested in that, as well as the art closet is open to all students here on campus. So definitely share that with other students as well. And Underrun is also utilized as a donation basis for the art closet in order to ensure that students have a way to rent out different or to provide clothing for our students as well. Any questions on that? No? If not, please go to the meeting if you are interested in assisting and helping out. I believe it's also open to the general public, so if you all are interested, definitely check it out. Moving on to the next person, it will be Senator Chen.
Okay, hi everyone. So kind of just to elaborate more on the art closet Underrun, I will be contacting various clothing distributors for more hangers because we are in need of kind of like hangers for more geared towards the tops, and we're kind of doing this new thing where we're going to be promoting for clothing more in line with the seasons. And on another note, I'm also working with Senator Hernandez on the academic advising thing. We have a couple issues that we've been talking about, so more to come on that.
Thank you so much. Are there any questions for Senator Chen? Yes.
Do you have a date for Underrun yet?
I do. I believe it's, sorry, let me grab the calendar. I believe it's May 4th from 6 to 10 p.m.
Do you have it reserved yet, the space?
We have the lawn and the bell tower reserved currently, but right now we're finding out more information as to whether we need to reserve the areas where we planned out the route. So I'm going to be talking to, I believe, Senator Nkosi for more information on that.
You guys come see me, I can help.
Okay, all right. I'm also going to be speaking with Ames regarding the funding for.
Okay. All right, May 4th you said. Okay, May 4th?
Okay. Yeah.
May 4th is the day.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Any other questions? Yes, Senator. Oh, no. Sorry. Okay, if not, we will proceed to the next senator, Senator Cortez Hernandez.
Okay, so Senator Nunez and my attorneys were working on a resolution that we discussed last week regarding the expansion of kosher and halal options here on campus, because as of right now, once the dining halls close at 8:30, there aren't any kosher halal options available for students, particularly the residents living in the residential communities or Glenmore. So I've already been in contact with some of the dining hall people, and seeds have changed to potentially diversify the kosher halal options that they have, because they've been pretty competitive in what they're serving for those options. And yeah.
Any questions for Senator Cortez Hernandez? No. Moving on to Senator Enzuribe.
Currently, I'm just helping out with the people project. I don't have anything going, it's just that other people failed. So I'm kind of pass process to make sure people.
It would have been nice to have umbrellas during the season, but are there any questions? If not, we'll move on to the next senator, Senator Young. Is absent. Senator Moore.
Okay. I don't have much going on this week because I was like started with midterms, but right now me and my interns are looking into a budget to promote the HPAC mentorship program, and so like I'm in contact with like Charlie Scruggs, and more, and like also as advertisement of the HVAC mentorship, and advocating for anatomy and physiology series in order for UCR students to have that prerequisite for nursing and veterinary school. And there's another one, but I forgot. On top of that, with the CNAS senators, we're working on our research expo, which shout out to TK and JD and Zoe because like they're all working so hard on this research expo in order to get CNAS students more opportunities on campus to build their resumes with professors. I'm really excited for that. So right now I'm starting to contact and invite student boards to the research expo in order to table. So like not only will professors will be there trying to advertise what their research is, but also getting like CNAS related student organizations that want to table like HPAC would be something to look into. And then that's also on the first Friday of next quarter. And then I'm on the Chancellor's Committee of Campus Art. Yeah, Chancellor's Committee of Campus Art. And so the next meeting is March 24th at 2 p.m. So if any of you, like I know that a lot of us ran the platform with like more campus art and stuff. So if you guys want to talk to me about like how to make a proposal on campus art and like talking to the right people of like what we can do, then yeah, there's that. There's like one meeting a month. So like if you guys want to look into like campus art, then talk to me about that. So and I want to put that out there. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any questions? Before Winston leaves, for the senators that haven't done the photo campaign, please go find him when you have time or message him to see if he has time to take the photo for you. Thank you so much for doing this.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay, bye Winston. I totally caught him off guard. Huh?
Yeah, you're just like.
My what? That was a photo for the photo campaign.
Oh, yeah.
But office hour photos, we can start with the ASUCR. Yeah, we'll do it. So we'll talk about it. Okay, any questions for Senator Moore? About campus art?
Yes.
Okay.
Say 2 5 minutes.
Okay, moving on to the next senator. It is Senator Levon.
Hi guys.
Hello.
So GCAP's been doing a lot of stuff recently, like the supplement program, and yesterday we had a Middleland's food distribution. So we gave out like 250 salad wraps. We ran out of vegetarian options pretty quickly, so we're thinking about doing half and half next time. Other than that, I've been advertising green grants to engineers and BCA for projects. One of our most recent ones is $4,000 to Lawrence College Engineering Day, which is an outreach event for 2,000 elementary school kids in local Riverside schools. So they come onto campus, they learn a couple things about engineering and have a swell of a time. Yeah, I've been working with Nicole and Raquel on some Senate bills. Need to fix up a couple things and I'll send them to James. Hopefully I'll get them in before LRC next week. And while I'm learning how to do Senate bills, I've been teaching my interns that. So the trickle down is real. And then yeah, that's pretty much it.
Thank you so much. Are there any questions for Senator Levon? No. Thank you. We will move on from Senator reports. We actually have a report from our Vice President of Finance. We wanted to update you all something on what he's been doing. He had class prior, so if Vice President of Finance, Kevin Singh, would like to update us on the project that he's currently working on, that would be great.
My bad. Long story short, during the beginning of the year, I wanted to do a mentor-mentee program with another department on campus. And this program was with the alumni relations team. So I've been in communication with one of the directors. His name is Shane Peterson. He's the director of development. And basically, he kind of got the wheels going on this. So what we're doing is we're we're going to take basically a trial period with around 5 or so senators, and these senators are going to be paired with mentors in their respective field of interest, and these mentors are usually going to be some sort of high-capacity, high-profile donor, so there'll be somebody very significant that can offer insight to your future career. So if you're interested in it, please let me know, and I'll give me I need a bio and like try to figure everything out. Cool. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Any questions? Yes?
Is it only open to senators then?
No, so what he's trying to do is he wanted to do a trial period because these individuals are usually individuals that are very high capacity, high profile. So it's like they don't want to just pair any student that just wants one with one. They want to use it as a trial period to basically see if we can pair students that are like young student leaders that would have some sort of impact to the donor itself. Because a lot of these donors are young alums that just want to give back in some way, shape, or form. It may not be in terms of money, but it might be in terms of like passing down knowledge to like.
Like for student leaders for the first year?
Yeah.
5?
I don't have an exact number, but he just said a small handful. So like a handful of maybe 10 or so.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Moving on to public comment at this time. If you have anything that you would like to address the Senate with that was discussed during this meeting, this is your time to do so. It's so exciting finishing in almost an hour, so we're very excited.
Good job.
Yes,
So
Senator.
this is only what was discussed during the meeting?
Correct.
Okay. Alright, well I can connect that somehow.
Oh, you can do it during roundtables and announcements.
That's probably a better one. So
Okay.
let's do that.
Awesome.
It's not really an announcement, but that's more like that.
Do you want an action out of this, or is this just an announcement update for us?
Yeah, definitely.
Did you want to
an action out of it?
You want to take an action,
Yeah.
so I would recommend you doing it during public comment.
Okay. Alright. You convinced me.
That's what I intend to do.
Alright, hello everyone, my name is Aram, I'm the senator.
Sorry, new business, nothing? Please proceed.
So yeah, I just think it's really bad that we have so many amazing programs being completed and so on and so forth, and not a lot of the campus is aware or utilizing or really even aware of the existence really of some of these programs. There's still people, and a lot of people who don't know that we have a bike share program going. A lot of people that we don't that don't know that GCAP is putting things out. So the last time our social media posted anything was like the middle of February. So a lot of things have happened since the middle of February and the beginning of March. And I've had like repeated conversations with people who are in charge with our marketing, and I really think that we should like do something to speed up and kind of decrease the amount of marketing we're putting out, because before the middle of February it was like the beginning of February. So it's like we literally have one post every like 3-4 weeks.
That's great to hear.
Yeah.
Especially from our social media platform. Yes, Senator Cole.
What do you propose that we do about this issue?
There's no easy solution, so I don't want to propose really anything, but I think this is something we should get together and discuss. Maybe in like executive session on next week or something like that, because it's a problem that is going to continue throughout spring quarter, and that's still like another 10 or like 12 weeks that we're just not going to have our social media or any marketing utilized, or utilized as effectively as it could be.
I agree.
So
I think this is an issue that we always face every single year, is definitely publicizing the different and the amount of work that you all have done, and really allowing the students to have a better idea of what you all do. So I know that our marketing promotions director had a lot of great ideas as to how he had a lot of great solutions to this problem. However, the execution end has not been working out in his favor. So definitely if that's something that we want to take over and do it on our own terms, that'd be great as well. And I think, doing the office hours photos, that's one thing. Also,
I think that's good, but it shouldn't really be any of our jobs to do someone else's work for them, especially when they're paid for that job as well.
So if you would like, you can just email me, shoot me an email, and we can definitely put executive session into our next meeting to discuss how to move forward from this.
Yeah.
Yes, Senator Cole.
Just out of curiosity, if a member of Senate or a member of executive cabinet does not do their work and they're getting paid for that work,
would probably be a matter of censure, which is a 6-week kind of a deal where if you're not doing your job or you're found to be in insubordination or something, then you would be on a 6-week censure. That's kind of the only thing that's really valid, unless.
Maybe we can find like a creative solution to this, because what I don't want is to drag this process out till the end of the year and then we still don't get any marketing done.
Of course. So we'll definitely talk about it.
Whatever works.
So now, for those that are here, expect to stay just a little bit for executive session. Thank you. Yes, Senator Cole?
Also, who's supposed to kind of maintain that we're on our work? Like, who's supposed to supervise us doing that?
So it's more so also my job, but also of executive cabinet as well, just to ensure that our legislative branch, all the branches are doing work. So just as you all make sure that executive cabinet is doing their work, it's checks and balances type of thing. Does that make sense? Yeah.
But is there no one's job description specifically that deals with this?
Accountability-wise to the senators or to every single member. So president deals with the executive cabinet mainly. So, and then executive vice president deals with the legislative branch. Judicial is more on their own. I don't know how that works, but we should get that figured out. Would be a great idea. So that's sort of how it works. And then it interrelates when we have state of the association meetings, when you all present your different projects, when you all send in different items that you all need to be discussed, talked about, assistance with. Those are the things that we keep track of. Make sense? Okay, moving on to the next item, which is roundtable announcements. We'll begin on the side with Senator Chen. Oh, sorry, yeah, we thought she could keep it. Before my first year fellow leaves, my first year fellows came to meeting today. Yeah. Hi. Sorry, just wanted to give them a shout out. Okay, bye. Oh, well, good luck on finals and midterms. Hope you all are doing well. Next week will be our last, we 10. So we have 2 more meetings. Next week will be our State of the Association meeting. Senator Ira, Senator Nguyen, and Senator Limon be prepared to present next meeting on behalf of your colleges, so please reach out to them now, earlier the better, as well as for spring quarter. I don't know if you all want to do something in spring break, but I'll talk about it.
Yeah, like hang out and stuff.
Highlight Hip Hop Festival is happening. We need more people on the project. If you want to help facilitate an awesome hip hop experience on campus of music education, of showcasing talent, please be part of that. In addition to that, sorry, I'm going to talk about this Civic Center report. So the State Ability Summit is also happening as well, educating students on environmental consciousness as well as students from the local community. If you want to get involved in either of those projects, just let me know.
We have 2 events coming up at the Botanic Gardens. One of them is it's on April 1st, but it's not a joke. It's Spring Plant Sale.
Spring cocktail?
No, Spring Plant Sale.
Oh,
Like
sorry.
we have 2 every year, so that's the one where we sell all of our plants at. So it's going to be happening April 1st and 2nd. I'll be happy to provide the times if anyone's interested. And then we're also having a really cool event called Primavera. It's like they invite restaurants from all over Riverside. I think Riverside County too, so like some Corona restaurants and stuff. It's a very classy event, and like these restaurants provide food and wine, and there's like entertainment and like other things there. So
you have 321.
Or you got, no, I'm just kidding. Yeah, you have to be 21. You have to be 21 definitely. I'm not encouraging anything. But the spring plant sale is free and open to the public.
Free?
Like entrance. Yeah, you can't just take plants for free. But Primavera is $75 pre-sale and $85 day of the event. Yeah, it's a classy event. Everyone dresses up now there, so it's more of like a fundraiser for the garden.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
And I'll provide a more detailed report next week, but just an update. I went to UCOP on Friday, and I brought up our resolution to Janet Napolitano of the no comments resolution, and I asked her if she would file a motion to reconsider the tuition hike, and she flat out told me no, so,
No way, do you have that video?
no, I don't. But it was kind of like a closed meeting, but yeah, that's what she said, so that's her stance. She is not going to file a motion of confidence, so. Let's see what we do next. So that's it.
All over her.
Yeah.
We'll talk later. Okay. Anyone else for around tables announcements? And we forgot. If not, we will move on to adjourn. Can I get a motion to adjourn?
I'm going to adjourn.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you. All in favor? All opposed? Any abstained? Vote of 11-0. Motion passes.
Let's go.
Bye.
Good night, everybody. Sweet dreams.
Thank you.